This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
The amount of synchronicity and planning that just happened for us to get in this podcast today.
There was a lot of plates spinning, a lot of moving parts.
Whenever we do these international podcasts, I mean, there was a few, I want to say months, maybe weeks, where we were doing it. I think you would call in, Luke, and Nate was still in America, and I was in Taiwan. We would do a 3-country, 3-time zone podcast extravaganza.
Yeah.
That's a convergence of the spheres, like right there.
Yeah. If that one we were recording it, that we were just recording it on that, and there was all these like blurps, and we were always talking over each other. It was like a bad Zoom call.
This is Skype. Yeah, Skype was miserable. Yeah, I think we would just record Skype.
I don't know how we ever managed to make that sound. Like I had anything to do with it, but somehow that sounded listenable.
Well, what's great is actually Luke plays Dungeons and Dragons with me on the weekends as an Uber nerd, and we have listen to this group we've got. We got me here in Taiwan and our buddy Rich and Zach. They play with us in Taiwan. Mm-hmm. Then we got Luke in Australia, and we've got our buddy Asher in Mexico, and we all line up somehow each week to play Dungeons and Dragons.
There's like one point of the week where somehow we can all make it work.
It took us honestly like 2 months of conversation to line it up of like, when is this? How about you? Can you maybe?
Mm-hmm. And it's funny because like Asher is still like getting up in the middle of the night to play Dungeons and Dragons with us.
Yeah, that's a pretty big feat because it's hard to line up stuff in real life.
We never play games. We never play video games or anything. Imagine you would just be able to like talk about dicks and stuff on the web internet once a year or once a month.
It's that and this, like occasionally, and that's the closest I can get to organizing anything in my life.
If you guys are joining us for the first time, you're probably not familiar with this mystery voice here, or maybe even my voice. Well, I'm Sam.
I'm Nate,
and the mystery voice is our viewer submitted best guest. They voted. The votes have come in, and you've been tabulated as a best guest.
I'm back to defend my title as best guest. I don't want anyone taking that from me. There has been zero competition at this point.
There hasn't been competition in a while. But I would say Taylor is the only one giving you a run for your money.
Yeah,
Taylor was in there for a while. In terms of what is this season 5 of the Royal
Just some arbitrary.
There
number.
is yet to be. I am the third little blip on the IMDb page for this season. There is no one else.
This is the season where the boys finally kiss.
Finally. We've been skirting around it for so long.
What we normally do if you join us for the first time is, other than just have familiar chats with each other and inside jokes you're not familiar with, is we read headlines and we do not read the articles because facts just get in the way. Then we just have a conjecture-based comedy podcast conversation about, hey, what could this possibly be about?
Yeah.
If you want to send us headlines, and you should, you can do that at Royal WeCast on Twitter, royalwecast@gmail.com, or you can join us live at twitch.tv/Royal WeCast. I want to thank the one viewer who's there right now listening to us. Hello, viewer. Hello.
Hey.
Let's get into it. We have a special treat, Nathan. I think I already, we did a little tip of the hat. You already know what's going to happen, but Luke, you want to fill us in?
Yeah, Luke. We never said his name. We're just like, hey.
Oh, his name is Luke. That's Luke.
I'm Luke. Hi. Hello. It's so nice to be here. I have pierced the veil this week. I have, this is a first for me, but I've gained access to the drawers. I now control the grease, and the man who controls the grease controls all.
What color? Your eyes are a bright white blue.
I'm like floating, hovering above the ground. I can see through time and space.
The grease flows through me.
If only that's what this podcast needs: a complicated timeline.
There's a whole canon to this now. And this week's big reveal is that I have the grease. I am in control of the grease. I can see the drawers. I can see through the drawers. And I'm gonna pick a drawer. I'm very aware of the names of the drawers, what's in them. I'm yet to find. So I'm going to open up. Let's start.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
It's a very popular drawer. This is a foreign lands.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. Teen reunited with pet rooster lost at Alabama Cracker Barrel after Civil War reenactment.
Oh, that's beautiful because foreign lands would never be America, but you're Australian, so
It's foreign for me.
I guess in a way it's foreign for us too.
yeah, we're in Taiwan.
It is.
Wait, read that again. Read that again.
That's a lot going on.
Yeah, I couldn't follow it. It was
That's good.
There is layers of grease here. Teen reunited with pet rooster lost at Alabama Cracker Barrel after Civil War reenactment.
I mean,
No, it was.
Now, for me, there's a lot going on here because I don't know what about three of these things are really. I know Alabama.
no.
I barely know Cracker Barrel. That's a restaurant, I believe.
Oh man, we should take you on an American tour. That would be fun.
I would love to. I hear about all these restaurants. I know I have a very vague idea of what they are, but for me to see what a Cracker Barrel is in real life would be fantastic.
It's like, do you guys have like what's something that a restaurant like a does Chili's do that, or like a Ruby Tuesday, something like?
See, I don't know what either of those are either.
Well, it's like a restaurant, and then the inside they decorate the walls with just a bunch of shit.
It's
like old license plates and like old bicycles, and just like they just put a bunch of shit all over the place. It looks like you're at a
It's like if you walked into like an antique collector's barn.
Yeah, and
they were serving food.
They have that in Australia. Yeah, they gotta have restaurants like that.
So are you talking like a kitschy kind of diner?
kind of like they kind of put like, well, in the States it's kind of like maybe some of them go for like that old like Americana type, like Route 66 type of like kitschy, like they put, I don't know how to explain it, but there's just a bunch of shit everywhere. It's like old,
Yeah, that's what I explained. Shit everywhere.
It's just, and Cracker Barrel is like that, but like if it was the Old West. It's like super it's like super old timey. There's like old black and white pictures of like people who've been dead for 150 years, and like
rocking chairs, and
old rocking chairs, and like there's like every restaurant has a gigantic fireplace in it with like a real fire in it all the time.
But they only just built the place, but it looks like it's been there for like generations.
Yeah, exactly. And it's full of like old like ads for like, you know, Thompson's Miracle Tonic and shit like that. Like this old.
But it's just in the middle of a strip mall. Like
now I want to get a little clarification. Did he? You know, maybe we could click the article at the end of the cast here. But did he lose the rooster at the Cracker Barrel, or he got reunited at the Cracker Barrel?
That's the thing. It was either maybe he lost it just within all the junk. Like, oh, fuck, I've left my rooster somewhere.
Where'd my...
Or, like, weeks later,
it's not that
he was
crowded.
just...
Well, if there's a fucking Civil War reenactment going on, why was a Civil War reenactment at the Cracker Barrel? I mean, it sounds like something they would pull, but that's
something, man, you take for granted as Americans. Like, I was watching a movie with my girlfriend, and there were some Civil War reenactors, and I was just like, and she just looked at me like, what is that? What are they doing? And having to explain what that is insane. That's an insane thing that people do. Do they do anything like that in Australia? They don't have. There was no.
I'm really struggling to find. Okay, so there is a place, and I don't know if we talked about it when you guys were over here. There's a place, and sort of near where I live, called Sovereign Hill.
Okay.
And Sovereign Hill is a gold rush reenactment town.
Hell yeah, that's like Civil War reenactment for sure.
Yeah, that's the closest I can get, but they have this thing called Blood on the Southern Cross, and it's like a light and sound show, and you're on this little train, and it takes you through the town at night, and there's like audio cues and like actors and all this stuff going on, and it sort of like reenacts the gold miner rebellion that happened.
okay. Yeah.
And that's the closest thing I can think of, because
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
we never had a Civil War to reenact. I think that was the closest
Not yet.
thing that we not yet. Any day now.
Yeah, another big thing, there's that, and then there's like a lot of places, at least like I'm from West Virginia, and a big thing, like they had this like outdoor theater in the summer at this place there. Like their big production was the Hatfields and McCoys, these like two feuding families from like that. And like they would do that like every summer. They would do a production of Hatfields and McCoys. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would we'd always go watch it. And as a kid, I was like, I saw this last year. Like this is this.
I know what happens.
It's like I know all about the Hatfields and McCoys. Like,
can you imagine your family beef is so legendary that like people talk about it years later, like strangers? Like, wow, that's wild.
And it started over like a goat or something, or I forget. Like somebody stole like a goat or a chicken.
I believe it was a lost rooster in a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, it started.
And that's where it was, that very chicken. They found it, and the families were like, "Finally, we can."
It's that tchotchke on the wall. That's my rooster.
My family rooster.
Oh, imagine if that's what it was. They found it like up, like stuffed.
Oh God. Yeah, this teen was just like, I'm failing to find a name for what the rooster might be called.
Spurs.
Oh, cockerel. My boy
Cockerel.
Cockerel.
Hey, let me ask you, Luke. What do roosters say in Australian?
G'day.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, okay.
G'day. Good morning.
Because in Chinese, I think it's karikaku. I think it's karikaku or something.
That's interesting because I know that dogs say different things in different countries as well.
Cats too.
It's like a yan in some countries.
Yeah, I think it's wong wong here.
Wong. Well, of course it is.
Wong wong.
Yeah.
Hi. Good morning. Wong wong. I'm a dog.
I mean, I've heard them go woof. I've heard. Your Honor.
Woof.
There's one over here that screams, and multiple times I've mistaken it for like a woman screaming.
A dog? It screams like a woman?
Yeah, and it's fooled me a few times. I'm like, what is happening? It's like, but then you can hear like subtle dog noises in there, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a fucking dog.
There's the name of the episode, Subtle Dog Noises. Editor, make a note. What else is in the foreign lands drawer? What else you got kicking around in there?
All right. Do you want to? We can go through foreign lands again. Okay.
Iron shoe You're the master training. Of Grease. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We're in here. I'm in control of the grease stamp. Don't you forget it. Iron shoe training. Man exercises by walking with 150 kilograms attached to his feet. Now, this is, to me, I imagine this guy's like, I gotta walk with these shoes because then when I take them off, I'm going to be unstoppable.
I get the idea, but that's too much. That's like 350 pounds.
150 kilos is heavier than I am.
Where's he at? What country?
It doesn't say, which is interesting because it's in foreign lands drawer.
You racist fuck. You just put it in that drawer.
I just assume, I'm like, surely you're not doing that here.
That's not here. That's nobody here.
Interestingly, the weight is in kilograms, so we can assume it's not in the US.
Yeah.
Quite safely.
The only reason I could see you would do that is if you're trying to move faster in the pool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Zelda. He was trying to get to the temple at the bottom of the lake. So he had to put the...
Yeah, when you're trying to run through water, you can't go as fast. So if you train on land, then when you get in the water, you could move at probably normal speed in the water.
This man's moving at breakneck speeds at the bottom of the ocean.
I guess that makes sense, though, but it's just too much weight.
It's a lot.
150 kg? I don't think I can even leg press 150. Oh, I could probably leg press that, I guess, but that's...
And when you take them off, I bet he's like, for a little bit, he's like stepping real high.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, what's up, man? You're like, oh, I just took the hundreds of pounds off my feet. So like, I've got to get used to walking again. You'd be like a dog wearing socks. You're
like
just
kneeing himself in the chin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took the shoe off and just immediately knocked himself out with his own knee.
Well, if you think, like, I've heard of people, they wear like weight vests and things like that but that makes more sense than putting them on your feet.
Yeah, 100%.
The calf muscles of this man.
Yeah, you just have crazy strong legs.
But then the rest of his body's probably so malnourished because of the pure amount of like protein he's using just to move his legs around.
If he's worked his way up to 150 kg, it's honestly impressive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely, you're not putting 150 straight on.
No,
like, you're stuck.
You're definitely.
Man dies stuck.
Man stuck to the floor. Wait.
What if this was meant to be like a mob hit They were going to make him, they put the concrete shoes or whatever on him. They were going to make him sleep with the fishes. He was like, no, I'm not having that. So he just started training. He knew he was like, he was ratting he was an informant or something. It's like, that's coming any day now. I'm just going to walk straight out of that river.
What a crazy tactic. Of all the things to be like, I should get good with firearms and become more aware of my surroundings and like learn. No, I'll just walk around with heavy shoes. So when they send me to sleep with the fishes, I can walk right out of there.
I'm sleeping with no fish.
The shock on their faces, man.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to increase his jump.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe he's trying to jump higher.
That would probably do it.
I have no idea why you would do that, but
Can you imagine this goddamn Goggins style exercise I just invented? So you lock your feet to this thing, and then you just throw the key. So you can get them off, but you got to walk to the key.
Got to get there.
Yeah, once again, man's skeleton found attached to cinder block shoes.
He's reaching, his hand is so close to the key.
So close to, yeah.
I'm happy to now move to another drawer.
Oh, we're switching drawers. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not going to empty this whole drawer. I would like to draw everyone's attention to Spook Grease / Monsters / Unexplained.
Nice. I like that
a personal favorite drawer of mine.
Your personal drawer.
This is
that's a great title. Spook Grease Monsters and the Unexplained. Monsters.
It's a wide berth that we're drawing with this drawer.
Monsters.
It comes up more than you think. It does come up a lot in the news.
Malawi monsters.
Have you been following Malawi, Luke?
I haven't.
They've got vampires and what else they got?
They had that guy. I don't remember why we talked about Malawi recently.
Yeah, there was something.
I don't know. You got to go back into the archives. I don't remember.
I'm a couple episodes behind.
I think they were trying to get gold out of bald people's heads. They thought bald.
Oh yeah, they were not. Yeah, they were cracking people's heads open. Bald people had gold inside.
Yep.
Oh, cool. It sounds like a nice place.
Yeah, sounds great.
if you've got a full head of hair,
yeah,
it's fine. You get to join in on the head cracking.
Yeah, and you're not a vampire. They ran the UN. There were UN like peacekeeper, like aid there to like humanitarian aid, and this big scare broke out that there were vampires and they were just randomly killing people. So the UN withdrew them because they were afraid they'd be killed for being accused of being vampires. Like
it sounds like people there are just listening to the crazies on Facebook and they're like, oh yeah, these are vampires. Like,
I mean, there's something about the follow through of conspiracy in Africa. Like people in America will like talk about conspiracies, but in Africa there's like a follow through.
Yeah, where they're like, okay, yeah, they're vampires, fucking kill them.
Huh.
Oh, the blood of albino people will cure my AIDS. All right.
Yeah. There's still some places on the world that are fucking bananas.
Yeah. I mean, America.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're different categories of insane, I think.
Yeah.
They're like, America has its crazy stuff. Australia has its crazy stuff. Africa has its own crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like that we can only just begin to understand in such a roundabout kind of way.
Yeah. They've got crazy stuff and monsters, apparently.
Yeah. What kind of monsters? We're not even talking about Africa, I don't think.
No, we're not.
We went there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's hear some Iranian crazy stuff.
Okay.
Iranian zombie Angelina Jolie is freed on bail just days. I'm guessing this is just days after she was sentenced to 10 years imprisonment.
Iranian zombie Angelina Jolie. What the hell does that mean?
I think I've seen pictures. It's a lady. I didn't know she was from Iran, but she looks like a Tim Burton character. She looks like Corpse Bride. And she's had all these plastic surgeries done to try and make her look.
Oh, wow.
She tries to make her stuff look like Angelina Jolie, but she looks like Corpse Bride.
But now she just looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad that you could clarify this, because part of me was, in the reading of this headline, was thinking that they were saying that Angelina Jolie is just an Iranian zombie.
Famous Iranian zombie, Angelina Jolie.
I knew she was what's his name's daughter, but I didn't know she was also an Iranian zombie. So that's
Yeah, John Voight fucked the corpse. And now we've got in Iran, and now
we get a.
But what did she do? If she got sentenced 10 years imprisonment, she must have done something pretty serious.
But I mean, then to just get bail immediately, it's got to be right on that line. Hey, like, it's bad, but also you give us enough money,
I'm wanting to say that it's something to do with her like something because she like spoke out, like they were like somebody like apparently like women can't speak there. So she said something and they're like, oh, what do you mean? You can't talk back to us, and they put her in jail.
But I think I'm more plastic than woman now, so
yeah, well we gotta let her go. But I think it generated because she was already famous for looking like Corpse Bride. She it made a bunch, it made like worldwide news, and it like pressured them to let her go.
Well, she probably had a Patreon that she could just pay for.
Probably get me out of
bail
jail
immediately. Yeah, her OnlyFans subscribers really came through on this one.
Tier 5, get me out of death row.
I can't make more content unless you guys get me out of jail.
Stretch goal. That's so funny.
I am so proud of feminist icon Iranian zombie Angelina Jolie. Okay, now this is interesting because for me this one also comes under foreign lands, but this is still in the spookery / monsters.
It's difficult to curate sometimes. Would you agree, Luke?
I would, and now having first-hand knowledge of the curation of the drawers, I understand the pain that you've suffered all these years.
I would say the only one that supersedes all is animals. If an animal is in any way involved, it goes.
It's straight in animals. Well, I will move to animals shortly, but I would like to draw everyone's attention to the Wisconsin Department of Health warns against eating the Cannibal Sandwich, a traditional holiday dish in the state.
What could that possibly mean?
I've never heard of that.
This is crazy. Every headline you've read so far is like imperceptible. Like it's like the words are there, but I don't understand them.
Yeah.
Is it something to do with how I'm reading it?
No,
I think it's the accent. I think.
Well, but it's true. Like it's a big string of like nonsense. It's nothing you're doing.
These are all just word salads, essentially.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Because it's like I understand.
Suck it on a chili dog.
Suck it on a chili. It might as well be. I understand Wisconsin Department of Health, and then I heard Cannibal Sandwich, and then I was confused. Can you read it again?
Wisconsin Department of Health warns against eating the Cannibal Sandwich, a traditional holiday dish in the state.
Yeah, that is so wild.
In the state. So in Wisconsin. I know somebody from Wisconsin, so I'll follow up with them. Be like, what the fuck's a Cannibal Sandwich?
Yeah, can
explain this shit.
I've never heard of that.
But for me, it's okay. So Cannibal Sandwich, your brain immediately goes to it's just a hand, a human hand in between some bread, burger buns or something.
We've all been in college. We've been that poor.
Yeah, we know. But it's interesting that it's a traditional holiday dish, but also the Department of Health are like, don't. Like, and it could be because it's human flesh, but it could also be because whatever it is just so bad for you.
I'm going to guess it's something like, you ever heard of the garbage plate? I think it's in Buffalo. I'm in New York.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like, it must be just something like ridiculously unhealthy. I would assume it's not human flesh.
There's probably cheese involved, or cheese. Wisconsin's known for their cheese.
What holiday, though?
Yeah, exactly. What holiday has any?
Like, is it Christmas?
Cannibal Sandwich. That old time, the old Christmas tradition of eating a cannibal sandwich.
Yes. We gather around with the family and all mung down on the different parts of Grandma. She'll be missed this year, but she sustains us all around Christmas.
She was 89 years old. Lots of flavor in there. But or it could be, maybe it's a sandwich but by cannibal. Maybe it's like raw meat or like some kind of undercooked something.
Oh,
and they're like, hey, that's dangerous. Don't eat that without cooking it.
Oh, that makes sense. Like a steak tartare or something. But
I mean, it's all speculation.
It's all speculation here, folks.
Yeah.
I think I like that we're warning people now that this is all speculation. Guys, don't go quoting this. I think we were talking in the group chat the other day where I have to now watch out when I say, oh, I heard this thing the other week about such and such, because there's a very good chance that it's from you idiots.
That's fair. We earned that, idiots. We earned it.
I need to include myself in the idiots.
Because well, the thing is, we take it was a real headline, but then like I said, we just make up what we think it is after that. So if you take any of that and repeat it, then
don't assume that this is accurate at all.
Yeah.
I need to. Okay, let's go to the animal draw. I need I need to get the idea of everyone eating grandma out of my head.
Nice thought.
Okay, so let's go to animals.
This is a kind of a wholesome one.
Oh,
No, okay.
Which I are few and far between here on this program.
Yeah.
Tennessee man leaves $5 million to dog in his will. Quote, she's a good girl.
wow. What a fuck you to his family.
Right?
Yeah, true. But also, like, what, like, that must have been a really good dog. Like,
But how does it spend it?
Yeah, but if you leave money to a dog, it just stays in your estate, I imagine.
It's got to.
the dog can't then, like, what happens when the dog dies? Does the dog's like, okay, I'm going to give it to his kids.
Right.
Because, like, I've had my fun with it. There's no way I can spend $5 million.
Ooh, what does
Yeah,
that?
there's got to be. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be something like if the dog has the. You shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Okay, no. You know what? Here's where I draw the line.
Well, I was trying to think of a reason. My brain just goes, no, that's stupid.
I'm just imagining his family like all sitting in like big wingback chairs in a lawyer's office, right? And they're all like he's reading. He like opens the letter, and it's like I leave it to the dog, and it just the dog mugs to the camera.
Woof.
Wong.
The family all start, like, bringing treats to the dog. Like, come on.
Now I've seen on the internet dogs who like run stores and know how to like operate, like they know the bus schedule and know when to cross the street and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, or, like,
Yeah.
dogs that, like, yeah, there's a lot of dogs that sort of I've lost my I completely lost. I'm trying to think of, like, what's a dog with a job, you know? Like this dog is at the airport and it's sniffing for drugs.
Yeah, that's
like
that's a real job.
Are they earning money?
No.
That they can then leave to someone in their will?
No.
How deep does this go? Yeah, I would say no one's paying dogs, and I don't know why this man did.
Yeah, it's
She was a good girl, Sam.
A drug sniffing dog or like a seeing eye dog. Is that what they're called?
Yeah,
Seeing-
why are
Yeah.
these dogs not? They've got jobs, and this is just this is essentially some sort of unpaid labor.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Could a dog be taught to understand the concept of currency? Because I know monkeys, I think, can. Like you can tell a monkey, like if you give me, like, or birds, I know ravens can, for example. Like they understand, like I will give you this thing and you'll give me something in exchange.
Sure.
And monkeys, I think, can. Can dogs?
But I think, but they're not understanding like the concept of capitalism. Like they're just realizing that hey, if I give them this thing that looks like this, I get food.
No, right. But
Yeah.
I would argue maybe a dog isn't even possible. That's not possible.
Dogs don't understand that this whole system is rigged against us. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
Yeah. It's all crumbling down? What?
The whole system is benefiting the rich.
But it's like, yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, but you're thinking like if you could teach it the concept, yeah, I don't know.
Well, because my idea would be then the dog would live out its days. It would like go to a 7-Eleven, give the guy some money, get some food, take the bus, go back to the park, sip some bus back.
Yeah.
It doesn't understand that it's giving the man like $1,000 every time it goes to the.
Yeah, it just gets a mouthful of money and brings it to the guy.
People would totally take advantage of that dog. They couldn't
immediately.
Yeah, they couldn't even let a robot drive across New Jersey without killing it.
Yeah, have you heard that, Luke?
I feel like I remember this. Yeah,
It was
there was the hitchhiking robot. Am I right?
Yeah, and I think it went like all the way across Canada or something crazy, and nobody fucked with it. They're just like, oh, here's that robot, and it like came into the States and like went into New Jersey, and they immediately destroyed it. Like,
I hate the idea of that because I have this very clear image in my head of someone just finding the robot on its side in the snow, like in pieces.
It wasn't so much a robot. I think it was like a traffic cone with an iPad taped to it.
Oh, yeah. So a robot.
yeah, robot. Yeah, it wasn't Johnny Five.
No. I've not seen that, actually.
It was just...
Oh, man.
It was just a Lego Bionicle.
Those are good movies, yeah. Those locos kick your ass into outer space.
What else we got? What else we got in animals?
Okay. Science and technology draw. We're switching. The animal draw, there's some stuff in there, but it's a rich vein and we gotta space that one out.
All right.
man injects mushrooms into his veins.
Of course.
They grow in his blood.
I mean, that's just... that.
Man injects mushrooms.
To what?
Okay,
end?
yes, into his veins.
Right?
They grow in his blood.
Okay, buddy, good job.
I love how straightforward that headline is. It's just like, guy did this, and this is what happened.
And it happened. It was... You could have guessed.
To prove he could, you think?
I wonder if he was after some sort of mushroom power. Do you know what I mean?
We all are.
I've always wanted to spore.
This man's just experiencing like severe hallucinations at all times of the day now. I would...
So it was like psilocybin mushrooms or something.
it could have been. I don't, well, it just says mushrooms. It could have been...
Maybe the headline should have been "Man on mushrooms injects mushrooms,
becomes mushroom.
becomes mushrooms."
Isn't this how Last of Us started?
I think you're right. Yeah, it might have been like the cordyceps, something like that.
Yeah.
The ant. What are they? Because that's based on a real thing. There's mushrooms that like they infect ants and they make the ants climb up really high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fungus and it pops out of their head.
Yeah. Oh God. This is. So we just see the man like climbing a fucking tower.
And some giant bird we've never seen comes and gets it. Yeah, it's like yeah, because it's like that's one of those things that I think about for too long. It starts blowing my mind because it's one of those really specific like evolutionary loops where it's like the thing is like that fungus or whatever it is or the parasite, whatever it is. I think it may be there is a fungus, but there's also a parasite that does the same thing, and it can only grow in the intestines of a certain type of bird for some reason.
Oh man! So that's adding a whole nother level to the situation.
Yeah. So the bird shits out the larva, and then they infect these like beetles and there's some kind of bug, and it makes them go blind. And so they climb all the way to the top of the trees because all they can see is like light. So they just go towards the light, which is the sun. So they just climb all the way to the top of the trees, and it makes like this big bright thing on their head. So birds see it and come down and eat them, and that's how they perpetuate their life cycle. It's fucking bizarre.
And complicated too. Like you think that would get like weeded out. It seems too complicated.
Right.
Like we just go, and then a kid comes out, like it's
Right.
That's our whole life cycle.
Yeah. We don't have to like do it in some cave or something.
yeah, just jerking off on ants. I mean, that would be ridiculous.
That would be insane.
That would be ridiculous if you do that every Tuesday at 4 p.m. sharp. That'd be completely
Please don't
insane.
follow me. That cave took me a long time to find.
Those ants would be like, "What is happening? What did we do to anybody?"
Those ants would probably be down with it, man. They would eat it. They'd feed it.
There's protein in there.
They'd feed it to the queen, and then you'd have like imagine that's the start of a movie I just wrote.
Oh, okay. That's how we perpetuate this man's beginning. He began something. He needed the mushrooms in there to infect the ants. How do you get it to the ants?
The name of the movie is "Feed It to the Queen."
Is that on the list?
Might also-
list of the porn titles?
Feed it to the queen. That's on the list for the running list of what this episode might be called.
Well,
What are we playing the coin now? What do we got to click here?
okay. So we had some options, and I've done nothing to highlight those. So we had Iranian zombie Angelina Jolie.
Okay, yeah.
We had the teen reunited with Pet Rooster.
There was a lot going on in that one.
There was
There's a lot going on, but I think that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it's
I don't know. I don't know why they were having a Civil War reenactment at the Cracker Barrel.
I don't know how the rooster was at the Cracker Barrel.
or the chicken went to the Cracker Barrel.
from the Civil War reenactment.
I want to know the Cannibal Sandwich.
Yeah, Cannibal Sandwich is my vote too.
I vote Cannibal Sandwich. I don't even need to hear the other ones.
I would be 100% down with Cannibal Sandwich. I'm going to open Cannibal
I
Sandwich.
thought he was about to veto us. I was like, okay. I hear
Gentlemen,
you.
I'm sorry, but I am in control of the grease this week.
And
I bypassed Cannibal Sandwich.
and I will sing the Australian national anthem.
And you will all join me. Here are the lyrics.
Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on.
Sucking on a chili dog.
I like how you both tried to have the tune of the Australian national anthem very different, very close by both of you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just tried to sound
Absolutely no idea what it is.
like me too.
Could you break
okay.
off a little? Okay, no, fine.
Okay. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on chili dog.
Yes.
That's about. I forgot that.
So the Australian national theme is "Take Me Out to the Ballpark." Got it.
Take me. Yeah, very close. Very close. We love baseball in this country, as you.
We
well
love
know.
it.
We love it. Wisconsin Department of Health warns against eating the Cannibal Sandwich, a traditional holiday dish in the state. This is a CNN article.
Whoa.
CNN US. So this is
Was that the
legitimate.
theme? CNN.
CNN US.
Pow.
This is CNN. Remember the old James Earl Jones one?
I don't.
Yeah, it's forever ago. I'm 100 years old.
Okay. Wisconsin residents are being urged by health officials to pass on eating a traditional holiday dish this year to avoid getting sick. A Cannibal Sandwich, considered a holiday favorite in the state, consists of raw ground beef on bread with sliced onions, salt, and pepper.
Nate nailed it.
Spot on.
Yeah.
I can't see why. Okay, so here's the thing. Raw ground beef, not that bad, but not like just public health notification bad.
Yeah.
Right?
And especially
If it was raw chicken, maybe.
Yeah, or pork or something. And two, if you buy like a steak and get them to grind it for you right there and then eat it, the chances of getting sick are super low.
Yeah, it's just like
Right.
if it sits, you know?
Yeah, or if you buy it in those big tubes where it's already like it's already ground up, you know, and it's been ground for a while, there's a lot more surface area for bacteria to form. But if you
Oh, tube. I didn't understand what you meant at first. I was like, what?
you know the big tubes, it comes in like big tube. Well, I guess it comes in packages too, but you can buy like big tubes of it.
I'm imagining just putting it's a big toothpaste tube and I'm putting it on the end of my toothbrush.
It looks like a big bologna, but it's like meat. Yeah.
Oh,
but it's
yeah, I
full
know
of
what you mean. And you get like dog food like that. And
It looks like bologna, but it's meat, as if bologna is not.
right, but it's ground beef is what it's, yeah. Big tubes of meat.
I went,
okay, hang on. Here we go. Oh, there's a quote. All right. Eating raw meat is never, in caps, recommended because of the bacteria it can contain, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services said in a tweet on Saturday.
Tweeting.
Yeah, they're tweeting this out. You got to get it to the masses.
well, I mean, that wasn't a bummer. That's
I'm so glad because it seems like all of these can be a bummer, as we've found out in recent episodes.
that's the minefield that we walk on every episode.
It never looks like it's going to be a bummer in the headline, but that's how clickbait works.
Yeah, exactly. Because we had one a few weeks back that was so bad. We were like, that's the biggest bummer. I don't remember what I had. My brain blocked it out. And we're like, read something else. Read another one because that was awful.
It was too traumatic.
It was terrible.
Yeah, they could definitely be big bummers. Well, that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah.
I want to thank Luke for joining us and hosting the show this episode.
Yeah.
I felt great. I had my legs up on the desk. I was just taking it easy this
kicking
one.
back.
Sam, anything I can do to help you, you unwind after having to do this every week, I'm here for you, buddy. You needed the time.
Yeah. You just pulled a Chelsea handler.
I'll sort this out.
I want to thank Kishibashi for letting us use the song intro/pathos off the album 151A. If you guys want to send us headlines for us to read on the podcast here, you guys can. You guys can do that at Royal Weekcast on Twitter, royalweekcast@gmail.com, or join us live at twitch.tv/Royal Weekcast. I want to thank the one viewer. I don't know who you are, but I'm going to say hello again. You never talk. Must be just something on Twitch that just... Yeah, if you're Russian. You want to get anything out there, Luke? You want to plug something? Or I don't know. What are you doing?
No, you can come and see me in Valheim. I'll be collecting mushrooms in the woods.
Injecting them in your body. I'll probably do independent research on that. I want to know what in the hell.
Yeah, we can. We should almost be putting these somewhere for people that want to find out how to become a mushroom superhero, man.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Just in general. It's a public,
Every episode, if that's what you want.
that's our public service announcement.
All right, well, good night, Dad.
Good night, Dad.
Goodbye.
I mean, I've heard dogs I've heard them go woof.